Hi everybody, I hope you're having a great weekend. It is Sunday the 9th, no, Sunday the 10th. It's the 10th today, and January, and the stats right off the bat. High weight was 394, pre-op diet weight was 332.4, surgery weight was 320.4, current weight 300.4, so freaking close to the 200s. The last 2 days I've been like, come on, 299, 299, and I haven't got it yet. But that's okay, because it's still going down, and that's what I want. I think that's one of the hardest things that I'm dealing with lately is I keep comparing myself to everybody else. And I can't do that, because each one of us have our own journey. Each one of us bodies are taking things a different way. I was pretty proud of myself, that I lost the weight that I lost before surgery, and I thought that's gonna, help carry through, which I really honestly feel it will. However, it's going slower. But then I'm like, other people who are losing these larger amounts in these first few weeks, a lot of that is water weight, and I had already lost that before surgery. And so when I think of it that way, I think I'm doing okay. And I just have to remember to not keep comparing myself to everybody else, because my situation is different. Well, I had my 4-week meeting with the doctor, and I was 1.8 pounds away from my goal. So I was like, and he's like, no, that's okay, because technically your 1 month is tomorrow, and you could take that off in a day. And I'm like, the way I've been going, I doubt it, which I did take some off. I believe I was at 300, let's see, my scale said 300.8, so that means that his would have said 304.8, so I still would have been about 3/4 of a pound over. So I guess that wasn't too bad, but I'm like, I'm gonna get that goal, I'm gonna do it, and when I don't do it, I feel pretty sucky, so, but it's gonna come off, because I'm gonna keep going. I'm not letting things stop me. And my biggest problem is myself, quite honestly, because I am putting myself on the schedule, and I've got to do this how it works best for me. I went back to work this week. Went back to work on Monday. I was completely exhausted. I only went for half a day because I had the doctor's appointment in the morning. But then I had half a day, and then I had a dentist appointment afterwards, and I got home, I fell right asleep. Yeah, I didn't realize it was going to take that much out of me. Some other things, my stall is over. I did lose approximately 3 pounds this week. I'll take it. And they were in little increments over the whole week, so it was like half a pound here, half a pound there, but they added up. And which is better than prior to that, when I was being 3 or 4 days of the same weight, and I was getting scared that I was doing something wrong, because I always feel like I'm doing something wrong. It's not just my body adjusting, I'm doing something wrong. I'm still having trouble figuring out when I'm full. I just can't seem to pinpoint it. For some people it's like a little belch of gas, or they might burp a little bit of food if they overeat or whatever. I am so paranoid of overfilling the pouch. One day this week I thought I did overfill it because I just felt uncomfortable, but then come to find out, I had real mayo, because I was looking at my macros and my fat was a little low that day, so I thought, well, I'll use some real mayo and get a little extra fat in there. And because I was having tuna fish. Pouch did not like it. Did not like it at all. I was on the toilet. I was trying to exercise. I was trying to do my bike. I had to stop 3 times to use the restroom. And then I only got 15 minutes in on the bike. So in 15 minutes, I went to the restroom 3 times. Okay. It gives you an idea of how the pouch was. Didn't throw up, though. So I'm not going to try real mayo for a while. I had tried 2 other kinds of mayo prior. Walden Farms mayo, Amazing Mayo, which if you're using it with egg salad or tuna, I couldn't really honestly tell the difference. And then my favorite one to use actually is the mayo with olive oil in it. Yeah, and that didn't bother my pouch at all. So the only thing I can think of is that fat difference. Non-scale victory. One thing I did notice this week is I can dance and move more with the kiddos, which is part of the reason why I'm doing this. And there's definitely been a difference there. And everyone is noticing now. Yeah. And then my coat. I have a really long winter coat. It's nice and warm. I love it. But since I've been losing weight, it's been getting longer and longer and longer. And this week I had outdoor duty. I had to take the kids out to the bus after school. And it was pretty chilly, so I had my coat on. I kept tripping over the coat because it's now so long, which is a good thing. I do not take that as a bad thing at all. And then my best part of my non-scale victories is I went thrifting yesterday, which I made a video of. Of my haul, and I can fit in the next size smaller clothes. I still have a long ways to go, and I can't forget that. Still have a long ways to go. Today I'm kind of taking it easy. I'm not feeling the greatest today, so I'm just kind of chilling, but I still have a lot to do because grades are due this week. So I have a lot of things to do yet, but I'm just, I don't know, I just don't quite feel myself. So I'm almost wondering now if the whole mayo thing might have been like a virus or something. But I'm still going to stay away from mayo for a while. In fact, I have the rest of that tuna and mayo I need to throw out. Because I don't want to accidentally eat it and have the same problem again. I get to start soft food on Monday. That made me start thinking about carbs. And I think I mentioned earlier that I started adding a few more carbs in because I didn't seem to be getting enough. And when I did, I actually lost more weight, which usually isn't that way. But I didn't have any. And I've been having those little pouches of fruits and vegetables. And they're like pureed together in a little pouch, and you squeeze a pouch. Yeah, I can only have about a third of a pouch at a time. That's usually in conjunction, of course, with my protein. Protein always comes first, and then the carbs. And I was at the store, and they had a sale on Walden Farms items, so I got some barbecue sauce, no calorie, of course, no carbs, no fat. All of their items are no fat, no carbs, and then it has a limited amount of sodium, not very much at all, really. I have a problem with snacking. Now, don't get me wrong. I've been doing all of my meals at the right times, and my snacks, my protein snacks between, I've been doing that. That's all good. What I am going to try to do is, again, everything in moderation. I have found replacements, healthier replacements for my biggest issues, and I did that prior to surgery. I had made a lot of those changes, and then they were working well. And so one of these days, I'm going to have to try some of these things. And as much as I would love to go totally clean, I think it could be detrimental to me in the fact that I do develop cravings for these things, and then that's when I tend to overeat and splurge on them. And I know there's a lot of controversy. You know, people are like, just go cold turkey and don't ever have them again. And I think that would actually be worse for me, because I would have them again, and I would have them in large quantities, and I don't want to do that. So I have, in a previous video, I mentioned that I get these boxes of healthier snacks, healthier snack alternatives, and I don't always eat them. Some of them I give to my husband, but it's been giving me some different options for some healthier things, like chips made out of black beans and things. Some of the things in there I think are wonderful, and some of the things I can't stand. I want this to be able to last. And if I don't allow myself an occasional indulgence such as those, I think it's gonna hurt me in the long run. Because, like I said, that's when I tend to binge and then eat like a whole bag of them. I can't do that anymore. You know, that's not going to be, not only is it not healthy for you, it's going to be dangerous if I do that. So I've been giving it a lot of thought, and I'm going to try things with the occasional special item. And I know a lot of people aren't going to agree with that, but I've really been giving it a lot of thought, and I just feel that for me, that's going to be a better option. Now, next thing on my list, you know what's getting really hard is to plan ahead. For Christmas, I got myself a 31 thermal that's big enough that I can carry like a whole day's worth of meals in protein and then keep it cold. Excuse me, I keep looking down at the bottom. I should be looking up at the top. One of the things I'm finding very difficult is planning ahead. Even when I'm just going shopping or something like that. You know, I've got to remember to take something with me because I am not ready to, figure out what I can and cannot eat because I'm, not even to soft food stage. Now, once I get to soft food, I can probably do like Wendy's chili or something like that. But right now, I don't feel comfortable with that. And so I find it difficult to, I can get my day at work, I got that all set, I'm getting a routine for that. But like going shopping or something that you don't know exactly how much time it's going to take, that's where it's getting a little weird for me. And I just am going to have to remember to plan ahead, just in case. Maybe have this little bag of stuff ready to go. Have one of each protein shake in there, and just so that if I do think I might be possibly run over, I can just grab an ice pack, throw it in there, and then whatever food, and take off. I'm sitting here eating in the parking lot because of course I can't really go inside the restaurant and say no, I don't want any food. I have brought my own, But I'm sitting in the parking lot eating, and I'm like, this just feels so strange. If it was in the summer or something, I could go to a park or whatever, but like cold, it's just odd. But there's still struggles with this, and there will be struggles. I'm going to be playing around with things to figure them out for quite some time, because as much as I can ask questions on the forums, what works for them and what works for me is totally different. The Facebook groups and such been really helpful. A lot of questions that I have, I can just go on there, and they've been super supportive and stuff, but it's just what works for one may not work for another. And then there's, some people who are like, no, that's not going to work if you do that, but they don't know the other person's situation. They don't know their background. So if you're online and you feel that somebody's making a bad choice, don't reprimand them for it because you don't know their whole story. They might not be able to eat something that you're able to eat to get those things. So please, please do not be judgmental to others on the sites, because like I said, you don't know their situation. Yeah, they might just plain be making bad choices, but that's their choice to make. And we all need to find our own route to success in this crazy surgery. Sorry I keep itching my head so much. It's kind of a nervous habit, and I have psoriasis, so it kind of gets itchy at times. So again, please just be respectful of others, because you don't know what their journey has taken them through. Just be supportive, and have a wonderful weekend.